Hi guys, Dave Dog here, back earlier than expected with the next episode of Road to Glory with Bradford Park Avenue. Due to a comment on the previous video, find out more in a minute. So I had a comment on the last video asking how are Scunny doing, Scunthorpe. They're in National League North, and why we've come back early is because, guess what? We are playing Scunthorpe away in the third round. As I say, they're in National League North. Just have a quick look at that for Bradley Norman, I think it was. And we can see they're doing reasonably well, just outside the playoff, 6 points outside the playoff in 10th place, just behind Guiseley, our local rivals. We're playing them today, so we've come back early for this one. So enjoy Bradley Norman. Hopefully we'll beat them. Said I was going to get out of this cup and pick a weekend team, but I'm not so sure now. So let's see how we've been doing. We've had totally change in form, and I think it's if you close the game for a while, it comes back and lets you win a few. So we've played 3 games since we played Chester in the last episode. First one, away to Stevenage, a 1-0 win, George Walters on the score sheet, and a clean sheet. Let's change the defenders around a little bit. We rested Cull, who was pretty jaded, so Butler came in and didn't play too badly at all. In fact, the whole defence didn't play too badly at all, with Macaulay getting a 7.4. Look at the shots for Stevenage, 14, 5 on target, 1.33 XG, but couldn't find the way past skipper Macaulay. We went back to our 4-4-2. Kingsley side coming in on the left, and Hinchy coming into partner Henderson in the centre. Berlin and Walters playing well up front, and it was Berlin that made the goal for our top scorer, Walters, in the 29th minute. And we did have a lot of pressure against us as Stevenage tried to get back on terms, but it was a much needed 1-0 win. And if you look to the bench, Dylan Colwell, we got the man in on loan from Sheffield Wednesday, came on as a sub for Hinchy, and he's looking pretty good. So a 1-0 win, much needed to end those 4 successive defeats. We then had Rochdale at home. Rochdale 5th in division, up in the playoffs, and it was a 2-2 result. But we went down 2-0 in the first half. Jones getting 2 goals. We put Cull specifically marking him in the second half, and he didn't have much of a look in after that. And Trusty got us back in the game after a rollicking at half time. They came out first minute of the second half. Trusty pulled one back, and Walters in the 90th minute got us a point. Luke Gray coming on a sub and putting in a great cross for Walters, who got the man of the match. Colwell came in and started, 6.8, another good performance from him. But a 2-2 draw, I'd have taken that before the game against a playoff team. We're not that far away. Another clean sheet away in the last game against Cambridge, and they are mid-table, 10th or 11th in the table. And it was a really comprehensive game, this one. We were getting on top. Colwell's slotting into that midfield nicely, 6.7 for him. He's not outstanding, but he's pretty consistent, around 6.7, 6.8. And Fielding again, subbed off on this one, not playing well. But we got the first choice back 4 in, with Higby partnering Cull and Bryan at left back, with King coming on for Fielding and not doing too badly at all, 6.7. Berlin on 23 minutes, cross from Bryan. Banks getting the second on 34 minutes from Walters through ball. So we generally controlled the game, although we had less possession. Their goalkeeper went off with a broken hand on 66 minutes, so that didn't help them. 2 wins and a draw has put us in a better position. Let's have a look at the league table then. We are still 15th, so we're 12 points away from the playoffs, so a lot to do if we were to make that ground up. So let's get to today's game against Scunthorpe. Before we do that, I'm just going to show you the other leagues for anyone else that's interested in where their team might be. I had a quick look through. There's not a lot of surprises, but if we look at, first of all, let's have a look at National League South. I'm not going to go through and talk about these, but that's the table. The National League North, there we go. We've seen the table earlier. And the only surprise there probably is Morecambe are down there and Barrow. And the National League, which we're covering, is our league. League 2, FC Halifax were top of the league. They've dropped down since we played them in the Cup. But we've got Rotherham in there. Scarborough are up in League 2. League 1, Bradford City. They're in League 2 in real life at the moment, so a little bit higher. Wrexham have not moved on. They're still in League 1. Oxford are top. So not a great deal of changes to say that we've played 12 seasons. Championship, Blackburn are top. Leicester are back down in there. Doncaster have moved up to the Championship. AFC Wimbledon, Reading, Ipswich have moved down from the Premier League and they're in the relegation trouble in the Championship. So on to the Premier League. Just like real life, Liverpool are top. Lost one game. Man City is second, so doing a bit better in here than they are currently. Anybody surprised in there? Stoke. Watford are up in 8th position, but we know about that, don't we? We know the SI allegiance with Watford. And Chelsea are up in 3rd place, so pretty much like today's table to some extent. Not a great deal, not a lot of surprises. Probably the biggest surprise is Watford being in 8th position in the Premier League, but as I say, there are reasons for that. Erling Haaland still the top scorer, 9 goals. So there we are. That's a quick run through. And if you want to know anything further, give us a comment and I'll try and sort something out for you. After saying we were going to get out of this cup, because we're playing Scunthorpe, we're playing our full strength team and everybody's recovered well. So it's Macaulay in goals. King comes back in at right back after injury. Came on a sub in the last game. Higby and Cull, our central defensive partnership with Brian at left back. The midfield stays the same. Banks on the right, Trusty on the left. He's playing fairly well in that position. Not moaning as yet about wanting to play as a shadow striker. So long may that continue. New boy Dylan Colwill is the deep line playmaker, and further forward in the centre is Henderson. Up front, our partnership of top scorer George Walters and Michael Berlin. 4-4-2. We're going positive in this one. We're going to take the game to Scunthorpe. We're going for a win after saying we wanted to get out of it. But we don't want to get too many games. That's when we really struggle, when we have players who can't play 2 games a week and we don't have the squad depth to do wholesale changes and rotate. So on the bench then, Sam Fielding drops there after playing admirably at right back. He can cover just about any position across the back line and the defensive midfield positions. Adam Malachi, Alex Hockney, Luke Gray and Lane Keenlyside also can play on the wings or up front. So before we make the team talk, we've got 3 players motivated already. Higby, Banks and Trusty. Let's go with what Gianluca says. I want to be impressed today. Go out and put on a show. Point the finger and say that. And that's not changed anybody else. Useless team talk there, Gianluca. But we'll go with it. Let's have a look at how Scunthorpe line up then. A 4-4-2 also. So both teams lining up the same. And let's kick off then. Scunthorpe, the slight favourites. 6-4 against 13-8. They've won 2, drawn 2 and lost 1 of their previous 5 games. Let's just have a shout and encourage as we get to the first highlight then. And Walters picks up but loses the ball straight away. No colour clash today. Totally different squad. Totally different kits, dark and white. And there goes the ball in. Mozinga, was he offside? Could be. Is he? Disallowed, yeah, I thought he were offside. He looked a bit clear there, but it's Scunthorpe coming again. And we get the ball. Henderson's in there. Berlin to Walters. Walters up front, holding the ball on his own. He's going on a run. Is Walters. He's in great form recently and saved by Allen, their keeper. Yeah, he won the player of the match in November. Player of the match. He won the player of the month in November, did Walters. And corner comes in, but it's cleared away only as far as Colwell picks up. Colwell plays it back to Brian, keeping possession. Brian with a long ball in, but that ends the highlight. But we've got another one straight away. Walters going backwards. Colwell, get up front. Walters, we want you to score some goals. Higby into Henderson. Berlin's in here. Can he finish? He can. Berlin makes it 1-0 in the 10th minute, and we take the lead. And what a goal that was. He found some space in the box, rifled it past Allen, and what a start this is. We've been on the attack, and there he is. Look at that, no marking from the defence. Different level we're playing at here, National League North, and 10th in the league, Scunthorpe, so we should win this game. And yellow card there straight away. They've only had one shot, and I don't know whether that includes the one that was disallowed. Doubtful, probably not. And yeah, I'm saying that Walters won the Player of the Month. 4 appearances in the month, 4 goals and 2 assists, and 7.2 I think it was his average. So clearly winning the Player of the Month, and he's coming good, as we said in the last video. Our new strike man with the W. And it's half time, 1-0. Not much in it really, but we've had 3 shots on target and they haven't had 1. Not comfortable, but we're leading. Right, Jan Lucas saying happy with how we've dominated possession so far. That's a bit middle of the road. I think I'm going to go for the next one. I may regret this one. I think we're doing well, but we'll definitely find another gear to take charge of this match. And not much really happened with that. Let's see how it works. They've made their substitution. Denton coming on at half time. Didn't quite see where he plays. And it's the first highlight to them. Long ball in the box. There is Denton and heads over. So straight into the action is a substitute. And another highlight as the rain comes down, as it usually does. Never known so much rain. Banks heads it back to King. King up there, but it's Scunthorpe. They're going to get an equaliser here. We can see this coming. João Pedro, and it's Mazinga again. Out to Denton. Denton into the far post, but Brian clears it away. We have been defending, especially away from home, better recently. I don't know what's changed. Berlin plays Banks in, is it? Banks, look at the ball. He ran away from the ball there. Banks gets a cross into the back door. Trusty's there, pulls it back to Colwell, who shoots wide. Defensive midfielder up there having a go, and could have made it 2 there. Some dropped to somebody else. It may have been a goal. We're picking up the ball again. Henderson, Berlin puts it through to Walters. Walters, 12 goal top scorer, and he must have been offside. Sub comes up, but I'm sure that ball went in the net. It didn't even say anything about the actual goal being disallowed, but did mention the substitute. Brian heads out. He's doing well at that back post. Is Trevon Bryan. Trusty into Henderson. Henderson back to Trusty. Loving it out here on the left wing. Henderson, come on, let's get that second goal. Banks, first time in, and Walters is in there. Snakes past the defenders and makes it 2-0. That should sort it. That should be game over, you would think. And we don't need to see it again. It was a great run from Walters, and gets his goal in the FA Trophy. But it's Scunthorpe coming back, but we're taking the ball off and we're tackling a lot better. We're playing a lot better defensively in these away games. And ball there through Berlin. Banks is there. Banks. But that's going to be a penalty, isn't it? No, I thought we were going to give a penalty there. That was a clean tackle. A cross in again. Allen punches it out, and Trusty could have got that. But Trusty was offside, and the keeper really flapped at that one. Free kick. King hits the post, comes back to Banks. He should have scored there. We could have had 4 or 5 goals in this. 60 minutes on the clock. It's 2-0, but could have been dead and buried, could Scunthorpe. Collins out wide on the right. We've got everyone back behind the ball. This 4-4-2, it seems to be a lot better defensively. We're saying that. Watch them score. Yes, they do. Mazinga's in and assisted by the sub who came on, Denton. So it's 2-1, and game that we thought was over is now back in the lap of the gods, and that was their first shot on target. Let's have a look, see if we can make some subs then. 69 minutes, going into 70 minutes. Who's not playing well? Trevon Bryan has done from what we've seen on the highlights, but 6.5. No, we're not going to change anything. We're going to keep it the same. So no subs as yet, but it's a corner to skip Scunthorpe. They're not going to get back in this, are they? King at the back door. He's on the wrong side. Jones plays it out to Palmer. Palmer, and they've come back. They've come back from 2-0 down. The missed chances. We're ruining those missed chances, and it's 2-2. and skip it. We're going to demand more because we've let this game go. We really should be in. It's King here with a free kick just outside the box. We've already hit the post and that one skims the bar. So again, free kicks, hitting the post, hitting the bar. What's this saying? Mazinga scored once. Tell Higby to mark him. Okay. Bigger Mazinga. Is he bigger? Mike King looks like he's given everything. Let's have a look then. No, I'm not taking him off. Trusty's at 6.5. Frustrate. We're going to take Trusty off. We're going to bring Keenly side on to play on the left side instead of Trusty. 6.6 Cull, frustrated by the feedback. He's not playing as well. Let's bring Adam Malachi on then for Cull. Put him as a central defender on defend. Away we go. 10 minutes to go. Let's have a shout. Let's demand more. And 86 minutes. Looks like we're going to have a draw after we were well and truly on top in the first 60 minutes of the game. Can we make a final sub? Everybody's playing reasonably well. We should be winning this game. I'm really just subbing for the sake of it. No, we'll keep it as it is. So we'll go in the last few minutes plus added time. And it's a throw in to Scunthorpe. Come on, get the ball. This is famous last minute highlights where it'll probably go from end to end. Here's Denton. He's certainly made an impression since coming on a sub. Jenkins crosses it in. Adam Malachi heads it out. Keenly side picks it up. Are we going to go on the counter here? Keenly side is holding on to it. Scunthorpe streaming back. Keenly side. Can he get a cross in? No, he's tackled, but he gets it again. And it breaks out to Colwell. Henderson. Whoa! Let in there by their keeper. Their keeper's not had a good game. And that said it was a... Did it say that was a howitzer? It looked like a gentle pass into the net. Let's just have a look at this again. And looked like the keeper could have saved that to me. Here we go. Shifts it out. Just taps it, side foots it. Yep, I would blame Alan for that, but we'll take it. 3-2. Really, it's how it should be. 5 minutes of added time. We've got a couple of minutes left. We'll just use our tactics to see this out. Be more disciplined. Time wasting. Just change to the time wasting and what have you. And we've got another free kick. King here. Can he find one on target this time? We've hit the woodwork twice. And he's taking his time with this because we're on time wasting. We're into the final seconds of the added time. The ref's probably going to blow before he even kicks it. He takes it. Keeper spills that. That was a little tap as well. Colwell puts it in. Their keeper is having a nightmare. And that looks like it. 3-2. We got there in the end. It should have been a bit more comfortable than it was. Let's have a look. What did their keeper get? 6.2. And it's your keeper's fault. Scunny. So Henderson gets the winner in the last minute. Assist by Colwell. Colwell 7.4. And we're certainly getting quite a team together now. Another win. And we're into the next round of the FA Trophy. So the draw's just been made for the next round of the FA Trophy. We're away again. Dartford, Vanarama South. So a similar team to what we've just played in Scunthorpe. So a chance of getting through. I did really want to concentrate on the league. But it may be that we go for both of them. So here we are with the future fixtures. We were going to show AFC Telford on the 2nd of January 2034. Home match. We've got Dartford on the following Saturday to that. We're going to come back with a double header for the new year of 2034. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave us a like and subscribe if you've not already done so. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's time for some festivities now. I'll be back in 2025. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.